So today we will continue this learning process of Jaimini Sutras. In that regard, we have the 7th Sutra, Kvachit Sadgrahanam, in our previous video. In continuing, let us learn the next two sutras, which are 8th and 9th sutras, that is Ripha Necha Kamastha Virodinaha and Nanyuna Vibalascha. These two sutras will tell further about details about Argala, and today in this video we will learn the Virodha Argala, that is the opposing of Argala, what we have studied in previous videos. So main Argala, that is Kama Argala, is Dharabhagya Sulastha. That has a counterpart which is being stated in this sutra, which are 3 places from the aspecting planet, and those are Ripha, as per that Katapaya is 10, Necha is 12, and Kama is 3. That means Dharabhagya Sola, which are 4, 2 and 11 places from the aspecting planet, are being having a opposing signs in the form of 10, 12 and 3 respectively. This is what the sutra tells. In this regard, we have Ripha Necha Kamastha Virodinaha. In this, Ripha is enemy. General meaning is, therefore, this sutra starts with a adverse bhava or expression or opinion or view. It means that the sutra is telling about the negative or opposing force to the Dara. So here we have Ripha is equal to 10, Necha is equal to 12 and Kama is equal to 3rd, and Stha is being situated in. So Virodhinaha is the word here used as opposes. So that means that the 10, 12, 3 are the opposing signs for 4, 2 and 11 respectively. Therefore, the planets then opposes their counterparts. Having said this sutra, we will go to the next part of this sutra, which is Nanyuna Vibalascha. So Na is not, Nyuna is diminished, Vibalaha means weak, and Cha is also. The purport of this is planets in opposing signs, that is earlier said, that is 10, 12 and 3. These three places having the planets is how they are going to oppose the planets in our 4, 2 and 11. In this sutra it states that planets in opposing sign fail to do so if they are less in number and weak in Shadbala. So why Shadbala? Because Cha means also, it means not only both Nyuna is less in number and Vibala is less in strength, but also Cha means Katapaya value as 6, which is the Shadbala indicator. Therefore, this sutra indicates that Shadbala wise, if the planet is weaker, it cannot able to oppose the one which is in the counterpart. Say, in this sutra, the words we have to understand that Nyunaha and Vibala or Balaha are plural. Means more than we have 3, or that is 2 or 3. Then we have to see that Bala is also a 3, that Shadbala is 3 or more than 3. Generally, till Kalabala, that is Sthana, Dik and Kalabala are based on Rasi, whereas Naisargika and Druk and Chesta are not a function of any sign. They are independently derivable. Therefore, out of the 6 balas, 3 are sign based, whereas other 3 are not sign based. Therefore, the Bahuvachanam, that is plural, is minimum is 3. Therefore, here that is indicated by first three balas are Rasi based, and because the prior sutras are about Abhipasyantrukshani Parsvabhecha Tanishta Satadvatu. That is, whatever the planets come into the sign, they are having some strength as per the sign or the location. Therefore, the bala which obtained through the sign is Shad Bala basically. However, out of this Shad Bala, half of that is out of the sixfold strength, threefold are contributed from a sign, which anyone knows in detail about Shad Bala will be knowing them. However, we are going to make a separate video on Shad Bala in detail. Therefore, it will be easy for this learning Jaimini Sutras in a very easy manner. Anyhow, for the time being, imagine that it is enough to think that Shad Bala here to be applied. Out of these two sutras, they compromise another salient feature called Virodha Argala. So Argala, which is led by Dara, whereas Virodha Argala is led by Ripha, as per the sutra's first words. So we have to understand that way. Ripha Argala means it is definitely a Virodha Argala, whereas Dara Argala means it is a supportive Argala. Anyhow, let us see in a little bit very easy to understand. So we have here a zodiac, and any planet can be taken. For the time being, we'll address it as Nidhyatru. Nidhyatru is the word used, and this is the aspecting planet. And from it, for example, it is here in this Aquarius sign. So from it, the red colored places are the Dara Argalas or supportive forces. So Dara is cut by a 4. That means from Aquarius, the fourth sign Taurus is a support to the planet which is aspecting from Aquarius. And the planets in Pisces are supporting the planet Aquarius. And also planets in Sagittarius supports the planet which is in Aquarius. These green colored places or signs are supportive forces or Dara Argala forces. Whereas the counterparts, that means Dara is countered by Ripha, that is 10th, which are colored as red for easy understanding. Therefore, we can see the index here, green color is Argala, whereas red color is Virodha Argala. Therefore, these colored will be easily grasped, so that Dara is countered by Ripha, and Bhagya is countered by Sula, and that is Dara is countered by Ripha, and Bhagya is countered by Nicha, and Sula is countered by Kama. Therefore, we have to understand that these two sutras total together form positive and negative, opposing and supportive type of features of Jaimini, which with the help of these two concepts, we can know many features of any or properties or salient features of a horoscope. So this is the fundamentals, and in this regard, we'll take small example. Now, this is Pitru, that is ascendant, and it is Libra, and there are three places, that is Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo occupied. And Aquarius is having Jupiter, Taurus is Sun and Mercury, and Leo is Saturn. So let us see. Jupiter, if we take in the continuous regular order, clockwise order, the first sign encountered is Aquarius. In that Aquarius sign, we have Jupiter. From Jupiter, the fourth sign, that is Taurus, is occupied with the Sun and Mercury, whereas its counterpart, that is Ripha, that is Vrishchika, that is Scorpio, is occupied with two planets, Moon and Mars. Out of these two, because they are two in number equally, Nanyuna Vibhalasya Sutra has to be taken. That means the number has to be considered if for whether it is a supportive or a oppositive. For here in this case, because the number is same, we have to then consider Shadbala. Shadbala, for example, if any planet or any two planets are more stronger, if it is there, if they are stronger in Dara Argala, that is the supportive force, then supportive force wins over Ripha Argala. So here, for example, Mars is in one sign. Outwardly, when we see, Mars can be a stronger one, maybe. But in detail, when we go, it can be or it may not be. So therefore, Shadbala plays very important role, and Shadbala till Yuddha Bala, that is Kala Bala, we have to consider primarily. If there is any equality, then we have to proceed to Naisarga Bala. That is how the Shadbala is actually understood in this context. Therefore, here Jupiter, say, is supported by Sun and Mercury. That means Sun and Mercury should be, or any one of them should be, stronger than Moon and Mars. If Mars is stronger, then Ripha, Nicha, Kamastha, Virodhinaha, that predominates over the Dara Bhagya Sula. Therefore, it will be ultimately a negative for Jupiter. Therefore, here Jupiter is having two places occupied with two planets equally. Therefore, the number is equal, but Shadbala decides the whether the support or oppose. Similarly, when coming to the Bhagya, that is second place, from Jupiter, the second place is Pisces, which is occupied by Rahu, and 12th is unoccupied. Because it is not occupied here in the 12th, we don't require any Shadbala examination. We have to only consider Rahu because it's a number, so it's a single number. Because Rahu doesn't have any Shadbala, we have to consider Rahu as a number-wise consideration only. Therefore, the sutra tells about the number first, then Shadbala. So, number in this regard, it is important for notes. But even for Ketu, another special rule is there, which will come later. But the time being, Rahu should be considered only for number-wise strength analysis. Therefore, Rahu here, it is 1, and it is having no counterpart in the 12th. Therefore, Jupiter has support from Rahu. Similarly, from we go from planets in Taurus, because this next sign from clockwise direction will encounter with Taurus, and the planets Sun and Mercury are having support from Saturn and oppose from Jupiter. Therefore, here Sun and Jupiter and Saturn are both playing Dara and Ripha respectively. And if, for example, say Saturn is stronger than Jupiter, then Sun and Mercury will be ultimately having a supportive force. If Jupiter is stronger, then they will have a oppositive force. That we will decide according to Shadbala. So here we have this, and if we take Bhagya, that means 2 and 12, there are no planets here. But when we go for Sula, that is 11 and 3. If we see, the third house is having Venus, whereas 11th house is having Rahu. So both are number-wise, that is a single. They are number 1, that is single planet in both places. Therefore, number will not be a important deciding factor. But what decides is their Shadbala. Because Rahu doesn't have any Shadbala, then Venus definitely presides over Rahu. Therefore, this will be ultimately having a Virodha Argala rather than a supportive Argala from Rahu. So, we have to understand that way. So, here earlier in Jupiter case, Rahu is contributing as a number, whereas in Sun and Mercury, Rahu cannot contribute as a number due to Venus is opposing by Shadbala basis. So, that way we have to understand this sutra. And if we see from Saturn, which is when we can encounter from clockwise direction, the last one, the last sign, which is Leo. In that Leo, we have Saturn. From Saturn, we have 4th place occupied, and 10th place is also occupied. So, if say, for example, Mars is stronger than these two, then definitely supportive force for Saturn will exist. If it is not so, then Sun and Mercury or any one of them are stronger than these two, definitely it will be a opposing for Saturn. In this way, 4th and 10th, that is Dara and Ripha, has to be understood. And when coming to Saturn's 2nd house and 12th house, Ketu is there. That is single numbered, and Venus is there in 12th and the counter force. But Ketu will not be counted in Argala. It should not be considered for any Argala. Why? It will come in later sutras, Vipritam Ketoho. That means Ketu will not participate in Argala, and also obviously no Shatbala. So therefore it's only to certain extent it will be having its own role, which will come later in that sutra. So here Ketu will not contribute, only Venus is contributing, because Venus is in Virodha Sthana. Therefore Saturn gets an opposing force from Venus. So we don't have any planet in 3 and 11, therefore it is nullified. Ultimately, this way we'll understand the importance of weighing whether it is supportive or oppositive by taking first the number of the planets into these two counter pair of set of pairs places, and we have to then proceed to Shatbala. So if Shatbala is stronger, and it will be the ultimate decider, but Shatbala also we have to consider till Kala Bala, because we have Sthana, Dik and Kala based on sign. But whereas Naisargika, Chesta and Druk in Varahamihira Ityadi Shastras, we proceed there, the calculation involves there was only the planetary longitude. For example, say in Drugbala, it's only a relative planetary placement. So irrespective of their signs, we don't take into their signs into consideration, but only we take their relative position, and depending on that relative position only, we'll be getting Shatbala, the Drugbala. And Naisargika Bala is irrespective of any sign, and also Chesta is with respect to Sun. That is Chesta Kendram. That is from Sun only we will be understanding. So Sun, it doesn't have any importance to the sign where Sun is in. So it is out of Shatbala, that is 6 balas, 3 are not depending on any sign. That is independent of sign. Whereas other 3, which are Sthana, Dik and Chesta, are sign dependent and time dependent. So ultimately, those which are placed in the sign, because Stha, that is the word used, Kamastha tu Bhuisa Bapanam, the word Stha is stressed here. Dara Bhagya Sulastha, that is also stressed here. Then again we have Ripha Nicha Kamastha, again Stha is stressed 3 times. So it means that the Stha is nothing but the placement of the planet in a sign. So whenever the Bala obtained through sign placement, that Bala only should be considered. That's where Shatbala is those 6, we have to consider out of those 3 should be given priority. Then what is the importance of Cha as a 6? Because we have Prana, another word used in later Adhyayas, that is 2nd Adhyaya, but not here. So Prana should be taken with respect to sign, which will be coming in detail accordingly. But for the time being, we have to understand that Bala is very important, and that too, half of that 6-fold strength is only Rasi dependent, therefore we'll take in that regard. Therefore this little bit sutras wise lesson we can understand, then we'll go for next demonstrative examples in detail. So time being, we'll take leave. Hari Om.